All right, welcome everyone to the 11th episode of the second season of the Heart to Heart podcast. My name's Hafiz, and today we are going to be focusing on the physical aspect of things. So previously we've covered the emotional aspect, we've covered the mental aspect, and today we're going to be diving into the physical aspect of things, and we're going to be starting off with a book called No Sweat by Michelle Segar.
Hey yo, you ready?
Please don't make this complicated. What about the time we wasted on our love? I can't keep the things we traded.
Alright, so in the book No Sweat, Michelle starts off by talking about motivation, and she says, emotion trumps logic. This is true for all areas of self-improvement. The goals of getting more exercise, losing weight, and improving their health may briefly rev people up, but they fail to motivate anyone over an extended period. That is so true. I've had so many, and I know you could relate to this, where you've had experiences where you're like, okay, you know what? Tomorrow, next week, the end of the month, I'm gonna work out every single day. I'm gonna, get into a diet. I'm gonna stick to a diet. I'm gonna go on and just do a whole bunch of these amazing things that you believe you should be doing, and probably would be helpful to do it. But you never end up doing it. Like, the max you'll go is like a day, and then just stop right away, right? Like, that's just where it ends. So she continues on to say, motivating people to start diets or exercise programs is easy. Getting them to continue is tough. And I can't stress that enough. This applies to everything in life, where to start something, that's pretty easy. Anyone could get you to start it, right? Peer pressure is real. It's pretty easy to get you to start things. But to continue it, see, now that's going to have to come from deep inside in order to happen. Because otherwise, starting it off occurs when you're really, really motivated, right? It's that one moment where you either feel bad about yourself or, honestly, that's what it is. You feel bad about yourself. You're either in a situation where you feel like you're not doing good enough, or you look at someone else who's doing better and you're like, I want to be like that. And at that one moment, you're like, I got this. I'm going to do whatever it takes to do it. But yeah, not quite. That doesn't end up happening usually. And so Michelle continues on to say, instead, take on enjoyable, fun activities that physically energize you and that will motivate you with a positive feeling you can sustain over the long run. I say this so often to anyone who is even remotely close as friends with me. And I mean remotely close. And that is, whatever you do, have fun with it. Whatever it is that you do, have fun with it, right? Here's why I say that. You're going to end up, here's how it works, okay? If you do something that you don't enjoy, you're going to end up in a situation where you hate it. And once you hate it, you're not going to do it at all. And you're going to end up in a never-ending cycle. That's literally what it is. It's a never-ending cycle, unfortunately. So she continues on to say, building good health is a strategic pursuit with a long-term reward. Yet that alone seldom excites people long enough for them to achieve that payoff. Having fun, on the other hand, is a good motivator once you find an activity you like and give yourself permission to enjoy. There are two really good points there. Finding the activity that you like, giving yourself permission to enjoy. Those are two different things, and both of them are required. Number one, talk about finding something you like. I love soccer. Anyone who knows me knows I love soccer. That's my sport. I also love working out, but we're going to focus on soccer for now, okay? I love playing soccer. I will play soccer even when I'm tired. I found something I really, really enjoy, which, by the way, if there's nothing physical activity related that you enjoy, like nothing at all physical activity that you enjoy, you don't move around enough. I'm sorry to break it to you. You just don't move around enough. And you really need to move around. Because if you don't move around, you're going against what the human body was meant to be doing. And that never ends well. It never ends well. So number one is finding activity that you like. If you can't think of any activity that you like, you need to try out different activities. And don't try them out where you force yourself to do it. You have to come in with an open mind. You have to come in willing to try something new. You have to come in with the intention and idea that that you want to explore. And if you don't do that, you're gonna hit them all. I promise you. Okay, so both of them again need to go in hand. So number one is finding an activity that you like, and then giving yourself permission to enjoy it. So what we tend to do a lot is limit ourselves, right? So I mean, I still do this to a certain degree, and sometimes you do need to limit yourself, but in general, we over limit ourselves with regards to enjoying the things that we enjoy. For instance, let's say your form of physical activity is playing basketball. Okay, your form or swimming. Your form of physical activity is swimming. Okay, instead of being like, okay, no, I have to also go to the gym. While it is good to also go to the gym, if you find yourself disliking both of them as a result of telling yourself that you are required to go to the gym, you're better off not putting that requirement on yourself and just swimming. Because with swimming itself comes a lot of physical benefits, right? It does require you to utilize a lot of your muscles. It is intense cardio. It's really good for you. But basically, the point I was trying to get at there was, if adding another one is going to compromise both of them, just keep it at one. That is good enough. All right. She then continues to talk about the successful cycle of motivation. So she says the fact that someone might have a heart attack in 2 or 3 decades does little to inspire that person to get up early to go for a long run. Having fun provides motivation that can last a lifetime. Yeah. Having fun is the one thing that will make you want to come back and do it again. Like everything that you're excited to do, everything in life that you are excited to do, you're excited to do it because you had fun the last time you did it. Or you heard someone else who had fun and they gave you their opinion on it. And because of that, you're super excited for it. No one's excited for anything that they don't have fun with. Now you could make yourself enjoy things more, which is pretty helpful. If you have I'm gonna hit you with a real secret. One of the most powerful things anyone could do is control what they enjoy and what they don't. As in, something that's absolutely terrible, make themselves enjoy it. If you have the ability to do that, you are an extremely powerful person. But back on track here. Whatever it is that you enjoy. So let's say again, swimming, okay? If you really enjoy that, you could swim for the rest of your life for as long as you're physically capable of doing so, which could be a long time, right? Take advantage of that. If you don't take care of yourself, no one else is going to do it for you. No one's going to take care of you. This is the reality of life. No one is going to take care of you. Even if you pay people to monitor you and your health, they're never going to really know what's inside of you. They have no way of knowing. Only you are going to know. And through that, you're going to have to notify them, because they can't see the pain that's going on inside of you. They can't feel the pain that's going on inside of you. Only you could. And only you understand your experience that you've had. So she continues on to say, a successful cycle of motivation depends on choosing a physical activity for the right whys. Having a good time provides immediate positive feedback. People who find a form of movement they enjoy, for example, walking or swimming, sustain motivation. This approach proves far more effective than telling yourself that you should exercise or lose weight. Shoulds are terrible motivators. Most people automatically hate to do anything they feel they must do, anything that is required. Okay, couple of points that need to be dissected from there. Okay, number one, shoulds are terrible motivators. Absolutely. Tell me the last time you said, I should do something, and actually did it. Because the word should doesn't indicate the need or the necessity for it. All it indicates is something that other people tell you. It's basically a way of saying that other people believe this, but I don't. or I don't believe in myself doing good, or something along the lines of that. That's the whole point of should. Should indicates that it's not coming from you. That's what it is. And anything that doesn't come from you is a terrible motivator. And then most people automatically hate to do anything they feel they must do. How many times has this happened to you? And I know you could relate to this, where you're about to do something, right? Let's say you're about to, I don't know, wash a dish or something, okay? And you're in a good mood, right? Like, you're feeling good. You're like, I want to be helpful today. Today's the day I want to really make my parents proud, okay? Let's say that. And you walk up to the sink, you're about to wash all the dishes. And let's say your mom comes and she's like, hey, like, this is right before you're about to wash it. She's like, hey, go wash the dishes. Your mood's gonna change completely. Because, like, initially it was something you wanted to do. And now, because it's a command and it's no more coming from you, that's been overridden. Because of that, you're not gonna feel the same about it, right? We don't like doing things that we feel like we have to do. And that's why it's really important that with the key things in life that we make it a requirement upon ourselves to do it. That's when you've achieved anything in the long run, is when you make it a requirement for yourself, and therefore both of those criteria are checked. One of them, the fact that it comes from yourself, and the other that, well, you're actually doing this important thing that is required. So physical activity is the foundation of fitness, health, meaning, and well-being. The physical activity or movement you choose doesn't have to be vigorous exercise, such as high-intensity aerobics, fast rep weightlifting, sprints, marathons, and so on. Your mode of physical activity can be a pleasant walk in the park, an easy swim, a little gardening, some up-tempo dancing to your favorite song, anything that makes you move. The point is to energize your body by doing something you like. Okay. I really like that point. And this was kind of what I was alluding to before, of find whatever it is that you enjoy. What you enjoy, what I enjoy, are likely to be different, right? And that's perfectly fine. If you're a person who likes gardening, all power to you. Go on. That's one of the things that's an example of like a 2-in-1, right? You're getting satisfaction from making your garden look amazing, really, and you're also getting the physical activity in, right? So it's a 2-in-1. Whatever it is, I love skateboarding, right? So that's something that I do that I find really, really enjoyable. That's what I do. So whatever it is that you do that will energize your body, do it. Whatever that is, just do it, okay? She goes on to say, if we force ourselves to exercise in ways that feel bad, we'll likely feel depleted and even stressed from forcing ourselves to do something that deep down we didn't want to do. Yes. Yes. If you don't want to do something, you're going to lose the energy. Like that energy that you had initially is going to be gone. You're not going to have that energy at all. Like, you're not going to feel it. You're not going to want to continue to do this. This happens a lot in bodybuilding, right? Especially in competitions where you need to be at a certain body fat percentage. That'll require you to be in a caloric deficit, because first you need to build yourself up, and to build yourself up, you're gonna need to eat food, and then to get lean, you're gonna have to cut the food you eat, right? And so because of that, what tends to happen, especially when you're cutting, because while you're cutting, you also do have to work out, and stay and continue with working out. You still have to work out. So what tends to happen is that you end up in a situation where you're dead tired. You have no energy. You are eating less energy than you are outputting. You tend to be dead, like you have nothing. To be honest, anyone who's trying to cut and who's working out while trying to cut, like actual trying to build and cut at the same time, knows the struggle I'm talking about. You're in the process where you're doing both of them, and you're just drained of energy, right? You don't have any. You don't have energy anywhere else. Like, that's what it is. She continues on to say a wide variety of physical activities can be as beneficial as a tough routine of pounding workouts. Taking part in a physical activity that you enjoy almost always will be better for you in the long run than a hard driving exercise program. The reason is simple. You are far less likely to quit. Yes. This kind of alludes to the point that I stated before with regards to, jumping into it instead of taking a step into it, instead of taking one step into it, right? Because the idea is, if you're gonna quit doing something initially, you will not serve. Its purpose won't be served. Its purpose just won't be served if you're going to quit, right? Staying fit is a lifelong thing, and if you're gonna have to do it, what the hell? You might as well enjoy it. You might as well enjoy it, right? Just gonna reiterate that point one more time. Taking part in physical activity that you enjoy almost always will be better for you in the long run than a hard driving exercise program. Speaking of hard driving exercise programs, working out at gyms. So in today's culture, with everyone wanting to stay fit and trim and good looking, getting people into the gym isn't hard. Media messages constantly tell people they're overweight, out of shape, addicted to junk food, and generally unhealthy. Now, research shows that even reasons that sound very sensible and important may not lead to the results that we're seeking. People succumb to unslaughter and start exercising rigorously, energetically, and ambitiously, but after a while, most of them stop. Formal physical exercise programs and activities, like joining and working out at a gym, frequently end in quitting. How many people do you know started working out and still work out consistently? I'm guessing only a few. Because, don't quote me on this, but I believe I saw a statistic that said only that said less than 10% of the population works out and stuff. Like less than 10% of the entire population. Which brings me to another point that's kind of not really related to this, but something I want to bring up. If less than 10% of the population works out, that's like the easiest way of standing out, right? Like, straight up, get physically fit, and you're in that 10%. You've already separated yourself from most people. You've created that divide between them in terms of leveling up. So yeah, just saying, just brought that point up. Yeah, so to retract back to the other point, how many people okay, first of all, how many people do you know have a gym membership and actually go to the gym? Because most of them either don't have a gym membership, or they have a gym membership and they don't go to the gym. Or if they do go to the gym, they go to the gym briefly for like a couple months. Actually, for a couple of days, let's be more realistic. For a couple of days, mostly New Year, and then a couple months. Some of them will make it that far. Only a few of them, like literally a super small percentage of people, will consistently go to the gym and work out. There you go. So she continues on to say, most people who begin formal physical exercise programs stop within 6 months. The starting and stopping provides scant benefit for your health and vitality. Yeah, so again, people, okay, it's really easy to start, but to continue it is really, really hard. And unfortunately, the data shows that most people who start it won't really continue it for a while. And so the point that she's trying to bring here is that what you should be doing is finding things that you enjoy, so that it's not a matter of forcing yourself to do it. So it ends up being a situation where you're willingly going out of your way to do this because you enjoy it, right? What she's trying to say is getting an extreme physique, right? Getting like fit to the point where you're like rocking with abs and stuff like that is just not realistic. And because a lot of people, honestly, I'm still guilty of this till today, because a lot of people will see it as either I get abs or I have failed, and that's super challenging to do. What tends to happen is while you're in between your journey, at some point you're going to be like, I've came this far, I don't see progress or as much progress as I was expecting, and then you quit, and then it ends there. That's not something that we want happening. So as a result of that, I think it's really, really critical that you redirect what you're going to be focusing on. And I'm going to be doing this myself as well, where instead of having instead of the goal being to look a certain way, the goal is going to be to just stay fit however it is that I do so. As long as I'm staying fit, that's what's most important. That's not to say that you shouldn't be striving to get, whatever it is, whatever physique you're trying to get, because I do encourage that, and I'm going to continue doing that myself. However, I think it's going to be like a two-step process where as long as step 1 is fulfilled, I'm not going to be disappointed, and that's just staying active. And then if step 2 occurs, great. If it doesn't, so be it. Basically, priority though is just to stay fit because, well, health is really, really important. And yeah, that'll be it for this episode. Thank you so much for watching. And next week, we're going to continue this book. And I am super excited for it. And I can't wait for it. And I will talk to you all later. Peace.